That's why when it's my time to RIP, I'm going out of this world the same way I came into it. Buck naked. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Open bar for the guys, open casket for the ladies. What up?
Okay, that's one way to go. Most people, when it is their time, their family take care of the remains by putting it in the ground or burning it all up. Those are the two options. But there's actually a third option. It's called human composting. We're still working on the name. What is it, you might ask? Tom Harries is CEO and co-founder of Earth Funeral. He's here to tell us about this alternative method that you might not have thought about. I'm a huge fan of this method. I pitched this story. I guess my family is like a bunch of hippie naturalists or whatever. My mom wants to do this. I want to do it. In essence, you become soil, right?
Exactly, yeah. So human composting, you're right, might need a name update at some point, is an environmentally friendly alternative to burial and cremation. So instead of being cremated and turned into ash, you're getting gently transformed into soil. So process takes about 30 days, and at the end of the process...
30 days, that's
does
it?
take 30 days. Some people think that's quick, some people think that's slow, but it's 30 days.
It's a dead body, you know?
I didn't know, but it decomposes in 30 days. Seems fast to me.
But we accelerate it through science and technology.
Okay.
So it's an accelerated natural process. You get left with soil at the end. And that's the really neat part, is what you do with the soil. You can keep it, you can scatter it, you can plant it. And a lot of families donate the soil as well. So it gets sent to conservation projects where it's used for reforestation, wildfire restoration, ecosystem restoration. So it's a really cyclical or regenerative process.
Have you ever heard the phrase pushing up daisies or 6 feet under a bed of roses? That actually comes from the practice in the 19th century when people used to plant things on their loved one's grave and then go visit it. It was like one of the early models for what a park was. So this is actually back to the future in many ways.
In many ways. It's labeled as a new process, but this is as old as the first living organisms. This is what happens to any living organism when it dies. But we're accelerating it, as I say, through science and technology. So completely natural process.
Is it legal, though?
It is. I would not be here today if it weren't legal. I'd be in jail somewhere. But yes, it was first legalized in Washington State in 2020. 11 states have now followed. All the way from the West Coast through to the East Coast. And Illinois has some regulation at the moment. New Jersey has a pending bill. So a lot of momentum. People like it.
It's sort of insane that it wouldn't be legal. I mean, why would it be illegal?
It's not illegal per se, it's just not legal. And that's because, that's a strange statement, I realize, but this is a regulated industry. There are two processes that have existing regulation, burial and cremation, so we're getting this added as a third.
How did you get into this work?
This is not the first time I've been asked that question, but I've now started 3 companies in this industry. The company prior to Earth was an online cremation company. And the thing I really realized...
Online cremation.
Online cremation. And what I really realized was I just didn't want to be cremated. It's a pollutive process. It's hard to be excited by the concept of getting cremated. So when I came across this as a nascent concept in 2020, I wanted it for me, and I therefore wanted to bring it to others too. But yeah, really driven by personal preference.
So, I mean, what I find so beautiful about this is the concept of becoming soil and then being part of the regeneration of the planet. I mean, the constant cycle of life. I mean, you can become a tree. If you're a person with a particular personality, Dad's got quite a mouth on him in life, you can be a lemon tree, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of little jokes you can make, and I think that cycle is gorgeous. But the major world religions, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, they don't exactly comment on this, but they don't condone it either. So how does it fit into any kind of religious structure?
Yeah, so death is obviously deeply personal, a lot of considerations. Religion is one of them. There's been a little bit of opposition, but I think it's a new concept. It will gain greater acceptance in mainstream culture over time. That's how most new things start. And if you'd like to be turned into soil, you absolutely can be. If you'd like to be cremated, you still can be. If you'd like to be buried, you still can be. So we're not mandating it. It's ultimately consumer choice and preference.
Can I pay now and lock in the 2024 rate, even though I don't plan to die for a few decades?
I wish I brought an iPad and
Sign him up.
But actually, a lot of people do plan and prepay this.
Does the soil go in the mail when it gets delivered
It
to
can
the family?
be delivered by hand. It can be delivered by mail. You can come and collect it from our facility. So
Are you at all curious now?
Oh, I'm into it. Yeah,
Great.
I've long said I want to come back and be planted as a tree. But then the fear is, what if they cut down the tree to build a strip mall and then...
But then the tree gets all ground up and ends up in the dump, and then the dump becomes soil as well, too. I mean, you're still in the ashes to ashes process. You know?
Circle of life.
Creative capitalism. He's creative capitalism, you know? He's taken on a major industry.
Tom Harries, thank you so much.